This podcast is sponsored by Audible. Audible, stay connected, informed, and inspired. Try Audible Premium Plus for 30 days free. Your 30-day trial comes with 1 credit, 2 credits for Prime members. Good for any premium selection titles you like. Yours to keep. With the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals, you can listen all you want. No credits needed. Go to www.audibletrial.com/entertainmentrants to start your Audible Premium Plus 30-day trial today. $14.95 a month after 30 days. Cancel anytime. Audible, it's time to start listening.
Welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast, your number one opinion source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola as he sounds off on the latest movies, TV, music, gaming, comic books, and more. Now, here's the man of the hour, Marco Mazzola.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola. Today, we're going to be talking about Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. So let's meet our players who we're talking to today. Say hello, Mila.
Hello.
And Larry.
Hey.
And Bruno.
Catchphrase.
Headed right into it, Bruno. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Perfect.
Insert word here.
Hey.
Yes. Hey, dude.
There are three things I love in life.
The
Kicking
dude.
ass, TBD,
And
insert third phrase here.
We're going to call Bruno Dude from now on.
That was great.
What a great. All right,
Awesome.
so Bruno, since
really
you hit it off, let's start with your. Actually, you know what? We should watch the trailer first. Let's do trailer first. Let's do trailer. We've all seen the movie, but let's do trailer first. All right, she's trying to yawn. Okay, all right. I'm gonna turn this around. Everybody can watch the trailer. Apparently, not Mila. Okay.
Mondays, am I right, Joe?
You said it, guy.
Yeah! Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
Everybody down on the ground!
Hey, bud, you ever think that there's got to be more?
More than what?
The stuff we do day after day. Being shot at? Run over? Taken hostage?
Everybody down on the ground!
Today's gonna be different. Hi.
God, this isn't you. You don't do this, man.
Maybe I do.
Dude, this is scary.
He's just resting.
In pieces. That man is dead.
He's so sleepy.
But it's just a squeeze me.
Wow.
Is this what recreational drugs feel like?
Guy, this world, it's a video game. And it's full of bad guys.
I'm a rule breaker. I'm a rattle chicka snaker.
We need you to be the good guy.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. Wow.
Giddy up!
Is that a Glock in your pocket?
No,
What?
it's 2 Glocks.
Oh! I'm not gonna be the good guy. I'm gonna be the great guy.
Okay. Well, enjoy your lifetime supply of virginity. Off you go. So easy.
All right, Free Guy.
Nice.
All right. So, basic premise of the movie, and I feel like the trailer kind of not misleads us in a way, but it doesn't really talk about much about the real world and what's actually happening, what the whole point of the movie is, other than it's a video game. So
right.
It just kind of seems like this whole thing takes place in a video game, which really is not really the premise of the show, but it is, right? That this character, this NPC or non-playable character, essentially becomes AI. It becomes artificial intelligence. It comes to life, but still obviously stuck inside the video game world,
right.
because people in the real world are trying to do something, right? The original creators of the original code for the game are fighting the Taika Waititi character, who's like, the CEO, the owner of this big company, who's buried their code to create his Free City, to come out Free City 2, and they're getting nothing for the work that they did, that his whole game is based off of.
Right.
You don't really get any of that from the trailer.
Stuff. Right.
So not necessarily misleading in a full way, but
they're
kind of
pitching a story that seems fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's a trailer. It's supposed to suck you into the movie to get you in there to see it, right?
Right. But it doesn't
and it
tell you
did
100%
suck
of
me
what's
in.
about. Yeah, it totally did.
It
Don't get me wrong.
worked.
I'm coming from a point of I actually really enjoyed this movie. I've watched this movie before. I watched it again, and not because I had to do this. I watched it a third or fourth time because we were doing this today. So I've watched this movie a few times just because I simply enjoyed the movie. Do I think it's groundbreaking and the best thing I ever put on film? No, but I really enjoy this film. It's that fun popcorn movie. It does try to make you think. It's got some themes behind it, which we'll get into and talk about. The free will, and then of course the rights to owning your own stuff that you create, your content, things like that. They're underlying themes within the movie. But let's go around and talk about it. So Larry, we haven't not started with you yet, I don't think, today. So let's start with Larry.
Overall, it was fun. It was.
He seems so tortured.
I am, because...
Get it out, Larry. You got this.
So, did you guys ever see that movie, Mannequin?
Yes.
Love that movie. Shut up, Larry.
This is a 2021 version of Mannequin. That's how, right out the gate, that's how I felt, right? It's somebody falling in love with a fake thing, right? Something that kind of comes to life, but kind of isn't, whatever. I didn't mind it. It was a great popcorn movie, like for me at least. It was a popcorn movie. I like Ryan Reynolds. I've seen a lot of his stuff outside of Deadpool. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like him as an actor. This was kind of like right in his wheelhouse right away, So it's very Ryan Reynolds-esque.
Although some people say it's not. Some people say he was almost miscast for this role, based on what the role itself was supposed to be. Not on his abilities,
right?
As an actor, his comedic timing is pitch perfect. Pretty much usually, right?
I thought it was a great cast for it.
Yeah,
I really liked Ryan Reynolds in that role.
If people say that, it's because, which for a very long time, that's their opinion, and their opinion's wrong. No, it's because they have Deadpool, they have Van Wilder, right?
Yeah.
That's who they have in their head when they see Ryan Reynolds, and I get it, I understand it.
Yep.
I mean, my first thing with him was Van Wilder, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's hilarious." But I feel that he's always
come a long way from Van Wilder,
right? But he's come a very long way as far as an actor, and I enjoy watching him. I enjoyed watching him in this. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. Wasn't, like you said, Margo, it wasn't groundbreaking for me. It was fun. It was a popcorn movie. I actually watched it in one sitting, not like some other ones, Galaxy Quest.
Did that take you a couple of tries?
It took me twice.
There you go.
But I mean, it was exactly.
It was like Eternals for me.
Yeah.
A couple of shots at that one before I got it through.
Yeah.
I was just doing other stuff while I was watching that one.
Isn't that great?
Nah.
Thanks for putting your all into the show, Mila.
I liked it. Will I watch it again?
Anytime.
I don't know. But it was I.
Yeah.
It was I.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Bruno?
I mean, I agree with you. I think it was a popcorn movie. This was not like a high quality movie, right? You're not looking at it. Technologically, I've been a computer electrical engineer most of my life, and none of this technologically was correct. Nothing they did from the servers and everything when they're shutting down.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff. None of that works that way, right? So, but I can suspend that part of it because I thought the story was fun. I thought Ryan Reynolds, acting was good. I thought they cast everything pretty well. I thought it was just a fun story, and so I enjoyed it. And it was, it was shot in Boston.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that until they had the group of people, and I went, "That's Revere Beach."
Wait, I just yelled at Mila for that.
Right. Revere Beach, and then there was everything right in the wharf there. They're at Rose Wharf. So like, if you look in everything downtown when he gets hit by the cars, that's Boston downtown, and then most of it's all Boston, and then it's like it's based on Grand Theft Auto, right? So like you gotta love all those callbacks. So I really thought it was really fun the way they did it. I liked it.
Yeah. Mila.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the same. Pretty much, I feel like it's unanimous. It's a fun movie to watch. It's like to spend time watching, and you're like, that was cool. But like it's kind of like, I'm sure in the next few years I'll completely forget it existed, But it was a fun movie. Like when I like, oh, Free Guy, that was fun.
You're not gonna be like, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh my
movie.
God, this is like no other movie could possibly like be made like that. Yeah. No, it's like it's pretty mid tier, but it was fun to watch. It had a lot of funny parts.
I appreciate that it was fairly original in its content. And in other words, it wasn't a Jurassic Park 17, and it wasn't Star Wars
Rocky
27, Rocky 9, right?
Yeah.
And it was like they came up with their own story, and they were like, let's write it. It's not the greatest story in the world, but all right, it's a good little fun story, and I had enjoyed watching it.
So one thing the movie suffered from, if there's a suffering from this movie, is that it is a Fox movie. It was commissioned by Fox, but then it happened right between the merger.
Yes.
When they got bought out, so it kind of got
worked
shifted.
Out in its advantage.
I think so. I want to say it did.
They grabbed a bunch of stuff.
Well, that's where it grabbed, right? They had the references like the Captain America shield, the Hulk, like Chris Evans was in it.
What the shit?
That's right.
That was
Disney
funny.
now has
really
this, so they
good.
can throw their own shit into it without having to worry about it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like that added to it. I think the only problem was like some of it got a little confusing and muddy in terms of what it was trying to do, what it was trying to say, and how the story was. And
it was almost like Ready Player One in all the callbacks it made, right? All
which
the
is
references.
just fantastic. That's a callback movie. That's just a 2-hour callback movie.
I have yet to watch that. I really, really want to watch
we
it.
should actually do that movie. Not to get off track, but we should do.
We'll definitely do that. That'd be
once
great.
everybody's seen it, we'll
do
do
yourself
that
a favor. Don't watch the movie. Read the book first.
Book is great.
The book was really, really good. If you want to take a trip down memory lane.
I actually read it. I've listened to it on audio.
Yeah, yep. You can listen to it on audio too.
I don't have time to sit there and read the books. I just
read by
was it
Josh Whedon read it? Anyway,
I think so. Actually,
it was really good. The book is basically different than the movie. The movie shares the story in name only, essentially, and a couple characters.
Okay.
They changed a lot. And they probably couldn't get the rights to a bunch of the stuff.
But they got the rights to a lot of shit for the movie.
They did. The book was good. My brother worked on it, actually.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
On the movie?
On Ready Player One.
That's awesome.
Why do I remember him telling me? He might have told me that.
That's
I've lost track of his
it was really
of his
cool.
IMDb
Really
list.
cool.
Which is pretty extensive at this point.
Yeah.
But so I liked so much of the premises of this movie. Having there be a few of them within the movie kind of gets a little muddied sometimes when you're trying to deal with multiple concepts, and you have the real world versus the gaming world, and what Ryan Reynolds' character is trying to do, what the real characters are trying to, the real people are trying to do. Trying to get a little like not hard to follow. Believe me, the movie's easy to follow. It's not that sophisticated, but it's just kind of like, all right, what do I have to care about? You know what I mean? I want to be able to care about something, but like you're stretching me too thin when you have too many things for me to care about in one movie, right? And then his relationship with his best friend, and things like that. Because that stuff was going on. You had the two buddies dealing with. Then you had you have Taika Waititi's character. You got to deal with his craziness, and you got to care about what the hell's happening there, and that he's a big shithead to his employees, and he's a whack job.
It was like a.
I love when he's trying to get Kip up. By the way,
yeah,
Kip, he just stands up. Kip,
that's so funny.
All right, dude. You nailed it. Good job.
It was almost like a buddy comedy meets rom-com.
Yep.
Kind of. So
it
like
kind of didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah, it was. I mean, so I get where the whole money into the thing is.
Yeah.
But it was all kind of like thrown in this hat and going. Pick.
Yeah, pick something. But multiple people picked.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll do it all.
We'll do it all. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fox had their one
Then you
10,000
get-
foot view
another.
of every story of every.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox had its own idea, and then like Disney had its own idea, but like half the movie was freaking made by then. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I guess we'll just keep doing this.
Then all you remember about the movie is like it was really fun, but then you go, well, who were the characters again? And then you
Yeah.
go, well, where was
Blue
it?
shirt guy.
Yeah, but
Blue
think about
Shirt guy.
I think
The love
Ryan
interest.
Reynolds has a really.
villain.
Sorry, go ahead. Mila.
No, but like, just like, and there was also stuff like you said, like the genres like start to get muddy. So then you're like, so what was the like end goal here again? You know, like I do remember it, but like in a,
it's trying
like
to do
after
both.
a while,
Again,
it'd
it's
be
trying
like,
to give you because it has two endings.
yeah.
It has the endings with the boy and the girl, right? Like they're getting together.
That was
becoming
thrown in
together.
at the end, though.
It
Kinda-
really was.
You're
It was
like, oh,
really
yeah.
just
Very much,
tacked on at the end.
yeah.
But them becoming owners of their property again.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then it also has the Ryan Reynolds becoming, an independent and running his own life. And not-
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In
And
his own. You know
ascension.
what I mean?
Because that's when it
Server.
becomes AI.
Right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like there's two things happening simultaneously, which, can work. I don't know how much it worked in this one, especially because the real life people, their storyline really gets pushed to the side and just, it's almost like you said, it's like an afterthought. Not just their relationship at
It
the
felt
end.
like an afterthought at the end.
Yeah, not just their relationship at the end, but even just their part of them owning their own rights to their program seemed like almost an afterthought. Like so much, it was just Ryan Reynolds and his character's leveling up, and he's becoming becoming AI and independent. And
I didn't think that was too poorly tied in. Because the whole time, her whole reason for being in the game was to try to find this IP,
Yes.
so that they could, basically get their work back.
Right, and I get the
so I
fact that
wasn't
she needed to have
too-
this
yeah.
relationship with this artificial intelligence, which seemed weird. That she's having
Well-
this like relationship, but that was put in there too.
You heard her say she's like the first non-toxic guy I meet, and he's an AI.
Right, exactly. He's a video game character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the time she
that's fair.
kind of like falls for him, she doesn't realize that it's an NCP yet or
Right.
NPC yet, right?
Right. No, they still
Yeah.
think it's somebody wearing a skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So,
a real life player.
So
playing as an NPC.
you've seen that like in the early America Online.
The early
right?
90s, yeah.
Yeah, so like you saw like a lot of like the role playing games,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like people that would do it online. So
Yes.
like you would see like people like legit like falling in love with other people that they've never met before.
Or seen.
Oh, I've
Or
seen that
seen,
plenty of times
Right.
in video
It's like,
games.
yeah. This dude's like
So-
getting in love with this female character, who's just some big fat dude in
Right.
Nebraska. Like, you know what I
So
mean?
it's
Just like,
like-
oh, okay, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
you.
So I mean, like you see that actually happening, right? Like this girl's falling in love
everywhere.
with blue shirt guy, thinking that it's like being played by a real person, not knowing that it's an NPC, right? And then she's, I mean, like you said, like she even said, she's like, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah.
So I mean, I actually feel that like as we're watching the movie, as she's starting to have this relationship with the NPC, I'm going, "Oh, this is gonna turn into a rom-com." Son of a bitch, you got me.
Here we go.
Here we go. You got me.
You sons of bitches. You did it. You fooled you.
From the second he was like, "Who's that?" near the beginning, I'm like, "Oh man."
I think
Rom-coms.
one thing that we're missing is Ryan Reynolds' ability to pull in other talent to just cameo. Mm-hmm. Right? He got Chris Evans for the Captain America.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the informant in the alley that gives her that was voiced by Hugh Jackman.
Really?
Yeah, it sounded familiar. I don't know who's under the mask, but yeah.
No, but the voice was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
See, that's hilarious. But but
so
again,
like he pulls in all these cool,
Right, you get Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum
Is in there.
was in the movie.
hilarious,
Yeah.
hilarious, and the best part
He's
is
very expressive with his body.
But again, it's that thing we were talking about. Look who's playing that character.
exactly right. And I was
Yeah.
just gonna
Dude
say
is
that
getting
it's
yelled at
like,
by mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mom, put the sock down. You will never survive the traumatic experience.
Yeah, and then you also have people that were pulled in, like a couple like streamers and YouTubers, like
Yeah,
there are a bunch of
Jacksepticeye
YouTubers.
and Pokimane and
Yeah, I
people
mean,
like that.
Yep.
I knew you would know who they were. That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
That's good. That's great. I love it.
You know who they were before
I knew Jacksepticeye. I'd watched his. I've been
Yeah,
watching his
I
stuff for a
knew
very
it
long
had to be,
time.
like, real
I
life
didn't know who
people. I knew who they
Pokimane
are.
was. I had to do some research. Oh no, there was also. He used to be a Minecraft YouTuber. He was the Diamond Minecart.
Okay.
Dan TDM is his YouTube channel, and I used to watch him too. So I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of grew up watching those
great.
guys. I'm like, oh, that's cool to have them in there.
No, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed so much about this movie. I love the comedy. I think it was well done. The timing, obviously, Ryan Reynolds' timing is fantastic. So basically, I know we kind of went around the movie, but let's just like talk about basically what the movie does, like how it goes, right? So we see the beginning of the movie is essentially you're in the video game already, right? And you don't really know this yet, but it's Ryan Reynolds. He's got a blue shirt. He's a blue shirt guy. He works at a bank. And every day he does the same routine because he's a non-playable character. So it's just that guy who runs through the background of games, repeating the same thing over and over and over again.
I'm going to nitpick from a technological perspective.
Do that, because that's what I wanted to talk about.
Please do.
So there would be, as a general rule, when you've built a world like this, those regions only kind of come into existence when you, as a character, move to those regions. It would be a lot of wasted server time for me to write this code and have it be running as if
constantly,
right? So why would he do his own morning routine inside his own apartment?
The only way you could play that if there was a player there,
right?
Yeah,
right.
All the time.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
even in the bank,
right?
When somebody comes in for the bank robbery, they would only be doing that when somebody's coming in for that mission.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, even if it's a server, so the only way you can get away with that is if there's always somebody in there, right? Because it's you're on the server, but that particular mission is always running because there's thousands of people playing that mission at the same time.
Right.
So that's where it also runs into a problem. He's an NPC on one particular server, working with that one player who's in the bank. What about the thousands of other people that are in the bank doing the same mission at the same time? It's not the same. Right? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. You're talking about instances now, and that causes a whole new wrinkle, right?
Right.
Is he the only instance of his character, or is he just one on that particular server? And if that's the case, when what's his name, Taika Waititi's character starts destroying servers, nothing would happen in his world until his particular server was
Which
hit.
is kind of what happens, right? That he gets the last
that's the last one.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work that way. So if those servers were all like in a real server farm, they're all running the same instance. So all of those servers would be running, and if one goes down, everything is still running. You don't lose like 6 buildings.
Right.
Everything is still represented because the other servers
1,000 players might be off the game.
Yeah, they get kicked or something.
Because they were attached to that server, and that server's gone.
That's right.
But
so you
10,000 is still on how the server be.
The world would still exist.
Right. I don't know how many people would actually be on an average server at a time.
Free Guy would still exist too.
Right. But depending on which server he's on.
Yeah.
But the problem is, because you're right, the problem is, I can't remember the Keys, thank you.
Yeah.
Keys wrote that character essentially, not necessarily to become AI, but he did. Like, he wrote that code so that it could learn.
He's part of the original code.
He put the AI. So here's where it was unclear, because he was saying, remember when they got everybody together at the waterfront? They were like, "You're all like me."
Yeah.
Like, if that's true, then they all have the AI engine.
Yes.
In that, right?
But he had the trigger of her.
But that means
she triggered his AI.
Did he would have had to write a different trigger for each one of them, or do they all have the same trigger where she triggers them all?
No, because
that was a missed, I think.
So
point.
No. The blonde, quote unquote, bombshell bimbo girl.
Yeah.
Remember, she changes as well. And the part when he's like, "Do you really just want to be with these guys?" And she's like,
she writes a manifesto.
She writes, so again,
it's pretty intriguing, actually. It's intriguing.
So his trigger was when she walks in, right? That's what starts his path on the AI.
Yeah.
So I think that in turn, everybody needed some sort of different, because that's
different trigger.
Different. So that girl,
that would mean the one who's making the coffee gets the trigger to start not making coffee anymore, making different stuff.
Yeah, but he said he wrote Guy's trigger to be essentially the woman who was sitting next to him.
Right.
Yes.
So he just chose random triggers for other people. Is that
maybe, yeah. But they don't explain it.
They forgot about.
There's sort of a part of it they didn't bother.
Or maybe
recline.
him acting different. Just out the gate, because you see when he's like, "You know what? No, I want a cappuccino." She's like, "No, you want a coffee."
Well, he did that once he got triggered.
He had seen her on the walk, and she was singing the song.
His triggering, saying that triggered the other girl.
Right. Okay. So like him changing,
it's like a domino effect.
Changing his look made her go, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
No, this is what you always get. Everybody gets this.
But so does that filter through all the other servers? Is that one character on that server where he was clearly, because that's the one who's going to get killed and he'd be gone? does that filter through all the instances on all the other servers and create that
if
character?
there's an AI engine running at the basis of that code, then I could see an argument where that AI is updating its code and adding to it, and it just replicates across all the servers.
Yeah.
I could see that as an argument that someone could make.
Yeah.
So maybe
Because which server is she on? Right, she wouldn't be on all the servers.
she's only on one of the servers, but the one
then you
server
said
she's
triggers
on
to
is
the
the
rest.
trigger for all the rest, right?
Because everybody's watching. That's the other problem. Like everybody's watching this happen.
They're all watching that one server.
Apparently everybody in the world is watching or is on that one, but there's a server farm.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching him doing his shit on that
So
one
they got rid of
server.
instances, and they
Yeah.
just had duplicate servers backing up to cover to handle the load for people logging on. That's
Right.
I don't know. That's your wheelhouse. I don't know how that
Does
shit
that
works.
does that work? I mean, I played World of Warcraft.
I mean, Warcraft had so this would require a much more computing. I mean, this is
That server
enormous.
farm seemed pretty intense.
Yeah, that server farm
Yeah.
is really intense. I mean, and you can bet that World of Warcraft had those kinds of things too. But
Yes.
those,
Because if
they
I'm
had
on World of
instances.
Warcraft, can I eventually run into everybody else in the world who's playing World of Warcraft?
Absolutely not.
Or just because I remember having to pick your server.
Only the server you're on.
server
Right,
that
'cause,
you're
like,
on,
the
yeah.
server based on your country, and
Yeah.
you kind of picked a
Yeah,
particular
let's say
server.
there's 10 servers. If you log on to server 1 and I'm on server 5, I'm never going to see your character.
Right.
But this had something else. This had one server, and it probably had a bunch of other servers that just service the logons, maybe. I mean,
But we can invite each other
it's
onto those
it's a
servers.
movie.
Remember
They
that?
didn't get into it.
You
Right,
can invite
yeah.
each other into the game, which would then put you on the server I'm on. You kinda,
no,
or you pick the particular server, like the Ruby server or whatever.
Oh,
you had to
maybe.
pick the particular server that I was on.
I mean,
'Cause
you
we
could
could play
invite me to
together.
your server, but I would have to
Yeah.
either
Like
move my
Blood
character
Penguin.
to your server, or
That's what it was.
I would
That's
have
what it was.
to
You had
start
to
a new
move
one.
the character. That's right. I remember that. That was a particular thing because you could only do it so many times, like in a year or whatever. They'd only allow you to move your character.
Or you
to a
could
different
pay to
server.
do it again.
Yeah, that's right. You could pay. That's right. You only do it free like once a year, or pay to have it done.
Right.
Because that was like a pain. I remember that.
So this one was a different setup. You could probably do it. It would require some immense amount of computing, but you could probably do it.
Well, it looked like.
But it was also a
Technical
movie.
Tea yeah,
It's just a movie, right?
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie with technology, and the
And
only
it-
suspension of disbelief is this AI character. Beyond that, some of the other shit's real, right?
Yeah.
Like people getting their code stolen and somebody else using it for their own.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
look
legitimately-
at Facebook, right? Like
That
that was,
happens
you know
for
what I
real.
mean? He stole that shit from the brothers essentially and created
Right.
this $1 trillion industry, on it. So shit like that happens. But so that was really the only thing that's quote unquote not real, right? This AI so
I mean,
far
IP
anyway.
gets stolen all the time.
Constantly, right? So that's
Technology.
it. Beyond that,
Yeah.
that's really the only thing you have to suspend disbelief is this character's coming to life, right?
Right.
Everything else is
Essentially.
kind of based in what we deal with video games all the time, or World of
But
Warcraft.
you know what's funny though, because I mean, for years though now we've seen movies that deal with AI in a very real life world. So I think that this has been something, and so it makes me think that maybe you don't have to spend that much disbelief on watches. Like
No, there's a lot
maybe-
less
Yeah.
to suspend in this movie than, let's say, iRobot.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
this takes place.
iRobot
this
when it was
definitely-
made, but now
But
now, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
now-
It's better.
so
I
It's actually a lot
Ooh.
closer now.
I read some
Like,
articles
wait a
with some
minute.
like robots with real faces and like
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
that
saying.
shit was
like,
creepy.
Like,
So
there's-
this is actually not like too like
that far off.
conceptual wise. It's not that far off.
No.
We're just
So it's
one.
kind of the point of the movie, like in a
one
way, they're kind of like,
guy
hey, this is really going to happen, and not that far away from now, right? So let's
Yeah.
pay attention to this.
I mean, they've got AIs now that could probably pass the Turing test, which is the test to see whether you can distinguish, let's say, on a computer screen if you're interacting, whether the person on the other side is actually a person or is just a robot.
right.
Yeah.
It's really
That's
there's-
crazy. That's insane.
There are some AIs that could probably come close to passing that.
I can't wait for Terminator days.
Let's go.
This is Skynet.
Skynet,
This is how you get Skynet.
Here we go.
When will we
shit.
ever
Everybody
learn?
throw your microwaves
never will.
away.
We
They're
never
coming.
will.
Never will.
Listen, dinosaurs keep coming back.
Right.
So
What's
Because
what's
they're
to
so
say the
preoccupied
computers
whether
won't
they
rise
can,
up?
they're not worried about whether they should.
Yeah, absolutely. That is 100%
Burn your local vending machine.
the problem that humans have. We
Right.
never can stop to consider whether we should. We just whether we can or cannot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
And then we
Can
do,
we
and then
play
we get
God?
stuff like
Can we
Battlestar
do what we
Galactica.
want?
That's why we will never get past the great filter, which is the reason we think that there's no more alien life out there is because they all get to a point where they've got nuclear, then they create some stuff and they just kill themselves.
oh,
Yeah.
Is that a real
I've heard
thing?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Great Filter. Look it up and scare the hell out of yourself.
Dude, any theory about alien life out there is like so mind-bendingly, like you just sit in silence for a second
It's
and go,
fun, though.
this is
So there's a whole thing like why the Fermi paradox is why, since there's millions and millions and billions of planets and solar systems out there, why haven't we run into any alien life?
Yeah.
And it's either they're too far away, so we can't.
Okay.
Too far, not far close enough, or they're out there and they're basically doing the whole Star Trek. We're not going to interfere with a lower grade civilization because they need to develop on their own. Where like they know we're here, but they're staying out of it.
Because we're not
Yeah.
sophisticated enough to
We're not
get off our
sophisticated
planet
enough.
and travel this star system.
Because essentially
travel
we're
our
a war.
galaxies and
We're a
whatnot.
warring.
Yeah, we're still
species,
killing
right?
ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to deal with these lunatics.
So they're just letting
This
us
shit to
chill
themselves.
on our own planet.
We'll mind our own business with these people.
I've heard about the one where
Or
it's like there's the possibility that it's impossible, that there is no way to possibly do that. Like that's
well,
one of the ones I've heard.
Yeah,
is that it's just
another
like
one would be that
impossible.
maybe, they're theorizing since the Big Bang is 14 billion years old, the universe. And so we've been around for a couple million. So it could be that they were here too, but 7 million years ago, and they came and died, and and their planet. So in 4 billion years, our planet's going to fly into the sun. Like the sun's going to expand, and our planet's going to be gone. No matter what we do, 4 billion years from now, that's the end of it. So in 5 billion
Think
years,
of our kids.
in 5 billion years, if there's
They're-
another planet like Earth that starts a civilization, we're not going to be around to see it unless we've gotten off the planet. So there's that.
traveled way beyond our solar system.
Just out to Saturn should do it, but
in a ring. I'm on the ring. I'm on the fourth ring.
Bet you and Ricky at Saturn, and we'll
just
get right
roughly
there.
16 times as far as we are now from the sun. But
Is that clearly the left at Albuquerque?
Yeah.
I knew I should have taken that left.
Yeah.
And then the most scary concept is the whole Great Filter concept, where they say, every civilization progresses to the point where they create weapons where they can really kill themselves, and they do, right? Where they never get past the point of this dangerous tipping zone where we're like, all right, because right now, let's say a war starts in the Ukraine, like a real one, like a world war of some sort.
Right.
That would be probably the beginning of the Great Filter, like where we nuke the planet and we're fucked. But that's it, right? We've got. It was a good run, guys. It was a good run.
Awesome. Nice. I like it.
But that's what we're saying. So we want to make it past this one point
real quick.
We got to get past a point where maybe we, demilitarize and get rid of all the nuclear weapons. So at least this threat goes away. Maybe there'll be other threats. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is we might not have anybody else to talk to because they've all destroyed themselves, just like we're probably going to do.
Right.
So that's the
And there's maybe another
or
civilization
Skynet.
that's younger than
Skynet
ours.
comes along and just kills us all, right?
But it could be another civilization that's younger than ours that'll be doing the same thing. I mean, they're behind
100%.
us. We kill ourselves before they do. And this is like, we were so close, we were going to talk to you, but you offed yourself.
But,
our turn.
What a pity.
So that's where AI
Sorry,
is
Doc, a
taking
lot of
us.
pities.
And that's where AI is going to take us.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nuclear war.
There it
The
is.
Great
I mean,
Filter.
there's a non-zero chance that AI becomes sentient and decides that humans aren't worth saving and, launches a nuclear war.
Then
to
you get
kill us all.
Ultron.
Yeah. Great.
There are a lot of examples out there of why humans are, are dangerous or whatever.
Ooh, this podcast took a dark turn today.
Yeah, right?
This is awesome.
I feel like every
All right,
single
so
one of them so far.
if you're not
is
breasting on
taking a dark
Prozac
turn.
yet, you will be. Wait till the next part.
So anyway,
back to Free Guy.
hey, Free Guy
What a
was
fun
great.
movie.
Another great movie. So we know Ryan Reynolds, again, I loved his character. I like the way he portrays the character. There are some parts where I believe like he was a little overcast, like because the character in what he's originally supposed to be, right? Where he's just like this, he's just a non-playable character.
Yep.
He's just running in the background until
a
he gets
sim.
triggered.
Yeah.
But he's not. Like, even in the beginning, he's not that character. He's so Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
He's
I
quippy
actually
and he's
agree with
fun
what you're
and
saying.
He's got that, you know what I mean? He's being the Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool,
You want a
Van
character-
Wilder.
He plays Van Wilder in every
Yeah.
single movie.
Right.
You
In
want
in
a character that's
not
more.
that character.
You want a character that's more like mundane.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is never
which
a
is not
background character.
like Ryan Reynolds is the opposite of mundane.
Yeah, he's an opposite of a
But you
background
want-
player.
Yeah, you want someone who you would definitely believe would be running in the background of a video game and that you wouldn't pay attention
Like
to.
Steve Carell would be that background character.
You could almost see a
potentially,
Steve
right? You
Carell.
could almost see
I
him.
could
but
see a
that's
Steve
Just
Carell.
a bank teller who's just going about his day.
Until he gets flipped. Until he
Until he
hits that
gets flipped.
switch. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can play that more. You know, I mean, look at any background character of any game you've ever played. Are their personalities
And they're
all that
nondescript. Yeah.
Right? Are their personalities all that distinguished and exciting, or they're just kind of like
Oh, really?
they're wallpaper, right? Like they're just kind of they're there.
Yeah.
They're kind of in my way.
Sometimes they have fun lines.
Yeah, they say
but
one little
other
thing
than
that freaking annoys me, like I can't find my cat. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
love
like the
by
side
way.
quests, like I can't find my cat. Please help me.
Which I loved, by the way, because he's just like, shut the fucking
They're not
door.
climbing on top of each other, opening the door.
They don't have thumbs.
Yeah.
Close your door.
That reminds me of the Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. He's like, stop breaking the law, asshole. Same thing.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Sorry. I had something.
You
and
had
then
something, Larry. It's gone.
It was sitting there.
I'm
and
sure it was great.
How about Channing Tatum's character's name? Revengeman Buttons.
Benjamin Buttons. Yes.
That's a good one.
Well, I think I was just trying to think of like games that I've played in the past of like those NPCs and background people and like
Yeah, Skyrim. Skyrim, like
I'm trying to think like
games like Skyrim where it's like I took an arrow to the knee and you go, okay, you walk
just
right
just
past
a random
Skip.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
skip.
like-
Yes, I'll kill the dragon. Skip. All right, cool.
Yeah, you don't
Excellent
get that
Yeah.
character that Ryan Reynolds is portraying. You know.
Yeah.
So
Then they'd be
I
an
don't-
important character in the video game. You know, if you get a Ryan Reynolds character, they're like not really a side one. You'd go like, oh, he's
So
or at least a fun
I
quest.
think some of the
you know?
characters in SimCity, or like the Sims, like some of them have.
Didn't the Sims go down for like a day?
I think they did.
Did they?
There was a whole thing on it. There's like a podcast. Somebody was telling me about it. I gotta look it up now.
don't know.
But the
I've
Sims
played
was
plenty.
we had
I've played plenty of
technology at our
Sims.
fingertips, we could
if only.
Like I feel
What a
like some of the
shame.
Sims games.
Listen,
you-
like,
Yeah.
some of
you brought it
those
up, you look it up.
NPCs
I
kind
get
of-
that. Yeah.
We don't have Quinn here.
They kind of change maybe by the
the way people they
The way
can
that-
interact with each other.
Right, like the way
Yeah,
that you
and the
interact with
characters you've
one,
made
that
before.
one may interact with that one depending on how you do it. So I feel that maybe
Yeah.
they can change a little bit, but not.
That's the
not
closest. That's the closest thing. That's a really good example.
That's
yeah.
what kind of That's what how I felt. I felt like that Ryan Reynolds character belonged on The Sims. Like, pick any Sims game.
Yeah.
Like that's what that character was for me.
Yeah.
That one
So-
named like Michael Pancakes or something. You're like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Michael Pancakes.
but that would be the closest thing of like a background player.
Now I want pancakes.
That would have. I hate pancakes. Not that
You
I
hate pancakes?
Not that I
Wow.
hate pancakes. Just
Let's make a
I'm
mini
not-
episode on that.
I'm not a big like waffles, pancakes, like
Changed
that kind of like
un-American
breakfast.
at you.
So quickly.
No, I'm sorry, my bad.
I like waffles more than like pancakes, but I really love. I love a
just
good
like
homemade
maple syrup.
pancake.
Pancakes and waffles are a method to get
No,
maple
just
syrup into my
that's
face.
just a boat. That's just a boat for syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
because-
delivery mechanism
because
for me.
drinking syrup by the straw is just weird.
Yeah, it's
That's right, but I'll
Yeah,
do it.
pretty
Don't
much.
test me, I'll do it. I got this one, guys.
There goes Bruno drinking all the
true.
syrup again.
Hey guys, you're at the syrup.
You know what? You keep the syrup. I don't want any
I'm
more.
also the syrup.
Just give me butter
wow,
or
this
something.
podcast keeps taking left turns, left, right, center. Good Lord.
Left turn, Clyde. Right
Yeah,
turn, Clyde.
exactly. So yeah, after Bruno's done with his syrup, we'll go back to talk to me about Jodie Comer's character, Millie. Also,
Millie.
Yeah,
Molotov girl.
Molotov Girl, which I think was a great name, but
I thought so too.
Right. Sure. Okay. I mean, I don't think that the acting outside of Ryan Reynolds was great.
right. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
None of it.
I thought she did an okay job.
She was
Right,
all right.
okay,
She was good.
No, in other words, she was.
But like
I didn't think it
Yeah.
was bad. In other words, it didn't stand out for me that she was bad. I wasn't looking at her acting saying, whoa, that was not good.
I don't think any of them.
It just
were
felt like she
bad, but
wasn't-
None of them were.
The main character.
You know what I
It's
didn't quite
not-
understand, though? When she was inside the coffee shop and the woman, the barista who was closing up was like, oh, I'm sorry, we got to close up now. I'm so interested in your story. The one who was kind of like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Felt
She's
like why did we have to have a mean barista? Why wasn't?
Yeah.
Who
programmed that bitch?
This seemed kind of.
Someone was having a bad day.
That wasn't programmed. That was real life.
That was the real life.
That was in the real world.
Oh,
real
yeah.
life one. Yes, that's right.
I think what
that's
it was
right,
is
the real because it was like the cafe.
right, because she was like, "Sorry, miss,
Yeah.
I order one coffee and sit here for 6 hours."
Yeah.
But isn't that literally what you do when you go to like a Starbucks? You order a goddamn coffee and you sit
that's
around.
why the
thing,
barista
though.
get pissed.
Exactly.
I know
grab
my
Wi-Fi.
sister-in-law works for one of them, and she gets
Exactly.
pissy about that. It's like,
If it
dude,
wasn't
you're
for
taking up a
them,
spot.
they would not be open.
Good
These right
God.
now.
Right,
There's
but
so many people
here's
that
the
go
thing,
and
though.
order a little bit every hour.
I can't make a living off of you ordering one coffee.
You
and
make
sitting,
order
taking that
one
spot for
coffee.
You
6
get
hours.
20 people come in and snag Wi-Fi. That's 20 coffees you wouldn't have had.
Right, but here's the thing, though.
But after 6 hours, I need you
There's
to
a
fucking
reason
leave so I
Starbucks-
get another 20 in.
There's a reason Starbucks has free Wi-Fi because it brings people in.
But wait a minute.
But no, it
but the
brings
point
people
is,
in. But like a bar, the longer they stay, the more they're supposed to be should be drinking or
But there's-
eating to
I've
make
never
more money.
walked into a Starbucks
bar
and
doesn't
had it
make a
be
money.
full.
But a bar doesn't make money on you taking one drinking, sitting at the bar for 6 hours.
I got you.
You know, a
I
nightclub,
got
same
it.
thing. That's why there's like a nightclub
Yeah.
has like a 2-drink minimum,
I
right?
hear you.
They need that money to keep coming in. You're sitting there taking up a spot.
But most people-
now. So have you ever been
I take
to a
up spots at
Starbucks? Like
Starbucks.
I've been to a Starbucks,
But it's a
and I
college
wanted to sit
Starbucks,
down, and you can't. There's nowhere to sit. Because somebody's just sitting there with their laptop, they're nursing the same fucking coffee for 3 hours, and you're like, son of a bitch.
because
like,
they
get
don't
the
want to
hell
sit at
outta
their
here.
house and do the work, so they decide
Right,
to go to
so like you're sitting there
Starbucks.
taking up that spot. I can't sit down with my coffee. Same with the guy after me.
Well,
The other
what
guy
are you
after
going to
me.
do sitting down with
See,
your coffee?
I
You're going to sit there for 2
personally-
hours?
You're not wrong. but
I
you're
do
wrong
exactly what you're
because
talking
Mila-
about.
Me-
I am that person.
Meal, but the point is, you're not wrong. But I am more conscious, like probably because I know somebody who works there. It's like, yeah, I sit
you
there, I
just
drink my
said you
coffee, and I
do
bugger
this.
off. No, I'll sit there on my phone. I've done the laptop thing. Case in point, Cafe Nero, right, which is Nero's. I sat there with Sam, she doesn't work there, doing some systems work for here, right? I did, and then I got up and got another coffee. And then I got up another coffee because I'm like, I'm not going to just sit here.
You had 3 coffees
I had
in
at
a
least
matter of
3
an hour?
coffees in the matter of an hour. Yeah, I did. Well, no, I had a hot chocolate.
Oh, okay.
A coffee and like a scone
That
or
makes
something.
it better.
Yeah, but I had to because I'm sitting there doing work. I'm like, I gotta keep my eyes open. 'cause
I
I'm
hear
sitting
you.
there.
You're not
I'll grab a
wrong.
coffee
You're
and
not
a
wrong.
fu-
I'm
and
just
like a food
saying.
item. and I'll
realized
sit down
I had
and
that
I'll-
conscious mind of like I can't just sit here for an hour or two, taking up this spot and just nursing one coffee. and these
I don't
poor bastards
disagree with
who are
anything you
trying
said.
to make a living.
You're absolutely right. All I'm
But
saying
most
is
people don't.
most people don't do that.
Most people
Yeah.
don't.
Most people go in,
and that's
they
why you
spend
get the
2
barista who's
hours.
pissy about it.
I
Because if
know.
most people were like me, that barista wouldn't be pissy about it.
I
It'd be
hear
the
you.
one or
Yeah.
two off people. But you get that many people doing it, you're like, fuck my life. Get out of my shop.
Yeah.
I need somebody else to spend money.
I also think that as much as the barista was pissed, she adds the time, so now you know how long she's been sitting there. You're like, oh my God, that is literally your life because you've been sitting at whatever this cafe is for 6 hours with one coffee.
Yeah.
And that in itself, having only one coffee in a coffee shop in 6 hours, that's insane.
That's a problem.
That's
Yeah.
mental.
That's a problem.
You need to have at least 2 to 3 coffees at
Yeah, that's
least
a long.
6
That's a
hours.
long
Like,
time.
yeah.
That's a
a
long.
long
That's
time to only
excessive.
have one.
Yeah, yeah.
Get out,
Not
get
just
out of
because
here.
you're sitting in a coffee taking up space. Like, really? You go that far without drinking?
Yeah.
Right?
I always
In a
got a damn
coffee
drink in my
shop?
hand. Even if
Get
it's not coffee,
something, dude.
it's water or something.
Yeah.
Always, keeping hydrated. 6 hours, one coffee. Good
I'll
Lord.
at least like get a coffee and then like later on, like a couple hours in, I'll get like a snack or something, like
refresher.
some food.
You don't share. So,
Oh!
she's not that far from the other one.
What did I
got you
do?
nothing.
What? Wait, what was it this time?
People going and getting stuff without offering other people's stuff while they're going.
I gave you a silent
I
look
did.
of, hey, do you
Oh, you
like
did,
a
Bruno.
silent, do you want anything? But it was a quiet
When? When was this?
yesterday.
You
I was
did?
going to Dunks. I was going to, or are you talking about yesterday?
I don't know when I was talking. No, it was the other
Okay.
day when you had the refresher in your hand. And I was torturing you that I was going to drink it. You're like, don't you touch my refresher.
Oh,
I wasn't really
going to
drink
it.
it.
Don't touch my refresher.
I wasn't really going to drink her refresher. I just wanted one of my own.
Stay away from my coffee.
I don't want yours. I want one of my own. So, anyway, back to it. All right, who is next?
So as far as like the acting, right? Like, as you look up the cast, I just, there was nobody there that I was like, wow, they're awesome. They blew me. None of them did.
Yeah,
but let's talk about Taika
really.
Waititi.
You know who nailed it? You know who nailed it? Tina Fey. She was the gamer's mother in the background. There is no God.
That was
My son's 22. He lives in my house. There is no God. That was Tina Fey.
I didn't realize that was Tina Fey.
It was another. It's another cameo.
Vacuuming mom is what she's credited as.
Okay.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson is bank robber number 2. Hugh Jackman, masked player in the alley. Yep. A lot of good. Chris Evans, obviously.
So it's Ryan Reynolds just calling up his buddies going.
He just got all his buddies. He's like, come on,
jump in.
Yeah, come on, guys.
And it's all people that want to be in the Disney World anyway, right? So
Alex Trebek, before he passed away, was in there.
His, that was his last
really?
presentation as being on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's
too bad it wasn't in a better movie.
It was a fun movie.
I think we can agree this was an okay movie.
No, I do. Like I said, I'm not shitting on it. I've watched it 3 or 4 times on purpose. Like,
You'll
not
probably
because of
give
this.
it 5 dildos. I mean, sorry, wrong podcast. Wrong podcast.
Oh no, he's wearing the shirt. He's wearing the cornhole shirt. Oh no.
I'm out.
Oh man.
Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast.
Sorry.
We didn't do that for Galaxy Quest. We didn't give how many mics we would have given that movie. 2. Anyway.
Really?
Give it like
I would have given it 2.
Give it like a 4.
Of course you would.
Well, yeah, I liked the movie.
Yeah,
I'd go 4.
I know. Yeah,
I'd go 4.
Both of you. That's awesome.
I'll give Maurice 5. I'll put 5.
Marie's like 5 and a half.
Marie's a 5.
I can speak for Marie on that one.
So the actor, the thing that what is it, Keys?
Yes.
I don't give a shit what else he does. I'll always think of him as the older brother in Stranger Things.
Things guy.
Watching this, that's all that I had in my mind. I'm like, wow,
Amy said
it's
the
the
same
same.
Yep.
It was weird to see him.
Yes,
there, right?
it is the same character.
hair, same everything.
Yeah, but it's the same character.
Yep.
As Stranger Things. So I'm like, cool.
Well, he's a one-note actor. Great to know.
Awesome.
Yay.
I
mean, we sit in a clubhouse with Hayden Christensen.
I'm not going to paint. I'm not going to paint him there yet.
Just
he's had
pissy and moany.
just a few here and there.
Yeah, but
One more. If he does one more, and
it's like
the same character, then I'm like,
all right, dude, you're good.
You're
Like,
a one story kind of guy.
I mean, the overtopness of the boss.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi was amazing.
And
He was good. He was
It's
really good.
hilarious.
I liked him.
He cracked me up.
Yeah.
It was just like,
he's so over the top that you gotta love to hate him.
Yeah.
You gotta hate him, love him, but he's there.
You're like, he's the villain.
We're buddies now. We're buddies now. We need like a catchphrase. 1, 2, 3. Get back to work.
awesome. Like throughout the whole thing,
he was
like
good.
how
He's
super
a fun
trying to
actor.
hit-
Like, he's really good, and he plays an asshole really well. But I didn't know
he
that.
did a phenomenal job doing that.
And it was
I
a nice.
sitting there like, what
it was a nice,
asshole?
getting back together with Ryan Reynolds, like doing another movie, Green Lantern.
They did Green Lantern.
And they did Green Lantern. He's his friend in Green Lantern.
Oh my god!
It's a young Taika Waititi.
There's an interview where he's
wow.
"Oh, Free Guy was really fun to do. So it's our first time we ever worked together on a movie."
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Totally like ignoring Green Lantern.
Just everybody tries to ignore it until like
so
Ryan Reynolds
funny.
does the Deadpool and he's like shitting on
And
it.
he shoots him.
Yeah.
So good.
Please don't
That's
make the
like a-
costume CG.
Don't mind me.
I love
Don't mind
that
me.
that's a
Just
running
clean up
joke
the timeline.
That's a really good running joke between
I
like,
love when he kills the
a
old
lot of
Deadpool.
Ryan
Finally
Reynolds
made it.
That's always
movies.
the old Deadpool that he shoots.
He used the old Deadpool from the Wolverine
From the
movie.
Wolverine.
Really
Yeah.
good. Really
But I like the
good.
fact when he's just like, please don't make the costume CG.
That was really good.
So I mean, and honestly, it was a good counter to Ryan Reynolds. Like Ryan Reynolds'
Yes.
character was like the super nice guy.
He's a super asshole
And he's a
guy.
super asshole. So it was a great balance. So outside of those two guys,
Tsunami was a cool name for a.
every time they showed it,
I want that TV screen on the wall.
No kidding.
How cool was that? That
that's
giant with the
so
waves
awesome.
crashing. I was like, how do I make that on the side of my house? Maybe.
That would be amazing.
let's do that.
That's
but
so
every time they
sick,
showed the tsunami logo, I was like, that
How
is
many
so
banks do
cool.
we need to
That's
rob?
really cool. Yeah,
Damn, someone should have thought of that.
Piss off all
Like,
my
put
neighbors
in
and
this
just put that
movie.
up on the outside wall.
Just so bright, nobody can ever sleep.
Listen, just drive down the pike and you'll see the one that's on the side of the New Balance building,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
which caused a
ambitious.
lot of shit because people were getting to act when they first put that up, it was catching the eye, and it was called a distraction. So like New Balance got into some shit
You have to
about
change it.
I don't know if they actually did change it. I think New Balance was like pound sand, beat it. It's our building. We'll put up whatever.
What we want, you
we
don't
own it.
And if you don't have an
There used to be a lot of movement. Maybe they minimized the
Maybe
movement.
that's because I remember when that first thing came out, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, what?
What is going on up here?
Crash! I was like, damn you, New Balance.
Damn you.
Your
My
fault.
car every time I travel down the side.
It's your fault. I can't focus.
That's right. Yeah, and that's obviously. But if there's no ordinances in that area to your signage, like Newton was really. Remember the McDonald's on California Street?
What about
It's
it?
still there.
Yeah.
But like, notice their McDonald's signs like ground level. Like it's Newton, so you can't have like one of those tall ass McDonald's
because they
signs.
yeah.
The signs can only be so high.
It used to be a normal height.
No, it was never a normal height.
was.
What they
It
didn't have
definitely
was the
was.
drive-through. They fought for years to get the drive-through because there's no drive-throughs in Newton. None. Like that's like the only drive-through fast food in Newton. It's like ridiculous.
I remember
traffic, 'cause they
remember
don't want
years
traffic.
ago it had a bigger sign. It had
It was a little higher, but it was never like I don't think it was ever that tall ass.
Was it like the normal
arch.
like?
It
right.
was, it was
Could be
similar.
right.
It was like as tall as the
But
building.
Newton's weird
Maybe
anyway.
Most of them are like
Building.
taller.
Yeah.
Now it's like on the ground.
Yeah, you're right.
Newton,
Newton
I
is tight,
feel
really
that
tight.
Newton is one of those
Newton's
towns
tough.
that like
Newton's hard,
have like they have
get
their
a
own
lot of those.
they have their own bylaws and things
They do.
like that.
They make up their own shit as
But
they
it's
go
like,
along.
why, what's wrong with you people? Like,
Well,
they want to be
they've
so
got-
secluded from everybody
They've
else.
got 90,000 people packed into 20 square miles, and so it's pretty densely packed. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine they've got a set. Don't get me wrong; they're super conservative in the way the rules are set up. But I kind of understand where they're like, all right, look, minimize the BS, minimize all these signs, so we don't get a lot of complaints, that kind of thing. I can see why that would do.
But
that.
it's that town that we talked about, like the noise ordinances for the gas leaf blowers.
Yeah, the leaf blower
yeah.
ordinance.
Yeah. Lexington's just adopting it now too.
Yeah.
There's only during certain times they can run it.
I think that ordinance is kind of BS, but you know what? In the summertime,
I don't think
Yeah, we were talking about it offline.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
down near me, there's always somebody.
7 o'clock in the
doing
morning. I don't think
Yeah.
so. Bullshit. 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday. Fuck off.
I know.
You'd be wearing that thing sideways.
I don't blame them. For a little while, I'm like, it wouldn't be so bad just to get a little bit of that ordinance around here.
Yeah. 9 o'clock. 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock's good.
Yeah.
Before
Instead of-
that, use your rake.
Instead of having this nice
Well,
morning, this lovely morning, and all you hear is
Cambridge.
ring.
Yeah. Who wants to get up at 7 a.m. to blow the lawn? Are you kidding me?
But the
my God.
landscapers are out there because they got to work a whole day,
know.
so they got to start as early as possible.
The problem is
The
they
light
come
comes
and
up, they need
work
to
on
get everything
Saturday,
done.
Sunday.
But damn.
Which I get it. They probably got a lot of work to do, but like it's fucking Saturday or Sunday morning.
But damn.
I'm trying to just sleep in, not get up at 6 a.m.
In Cambridge, no construction can be going on before 9 o'clock.
Well,
Like,
that's late. Usually it's 7:30.
no, on Saturdays, nothing gets done after 9 o'clock.
Before.
I'm sorry, nothing gets done before 9 o'clock.
Wow.
I've been on job sites that were like, hey,
Sitting around waiting.
we want it. Well, we just didn't
in.
show up until then because it was like we can't start our work before then, and we're on the job site 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Not in Cambridge. They're like, we'll fine you. We'll shut your job down.
I mean, they're super densely packed,
But like,
I can
so
see where
Yeah.
that.
I know this is way
Yeah.
off the topic, but like,
Super.
but like. Even stuff that doesn't create noise, like you're an electrician,
right.
You're not like banging and drilling.
So-
well, you might be drilling, but you're not like laying
noise.
concrete and
There's-
crushing walls.
depending on what you're doing, yeah. But I mean, I've been on job sites.
Putting staples in, it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I worked for a smaller
Well,
company.
you know your dad's an electrician. You know.
I mean,
you know what the hell's going on.
when I worked for a smaller company, there was plenty of times I used to do residential.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to hear me doing any work inside.
Yeah.
With a new company, we're on bigger job sites,
Yeah.
so the job site itself,
Open.
It's just open and going.
Yeah, it's not so much
No windows
my
around.
job as much as it is the site guys or the plumbers and everybody's. So there's
Cutting
like
and sorry, yeah, cutting.
I mean.
Oh, bitch!
The
I
job
cut
site
this 3
itself just
times. It's still
doesn't-
too short.
Damn it!
Anyway.
Measure once, cut twice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Free Guy.
So Free Guy, sorry.
Great movie, great
I
movie,
love how
fun
we
movie.
go everywhere.
We really do.
Part of the show. That's
There
what
was
we
once
do.
in a while, it's like a second of silence, and it's like, so Free Guy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great movie.
Now we talked about it briefly, but let's talk about Dude.
Dude.
Are you?
Aaron Reed plays
Wait,
Dude,
yeah.
obviously with the deep fake on Ryan Reynolds'
On
face.
Ryan's
Oh yeah,
face.
the dude.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh my God.
yeah.
When they create him and they shove him into there really quick before his code's completely done, they're like,
Yeah.
"Yep, just remember this day we're gonna get fired." Because they
love
realize
Dude.
it's
Well
not
done.
done,
It's well
and he's
done.
gonna freak out on them because it's not done. right? And just the shit he
was
comes
great.
out with. Then he becomes a good friend of him at the end. They're walking together, and he's carrying him at one point.
Yeah.
I can walk. I'm good.
Yeah, like
I can bench
And
press a
the-
sentence.
And that were like really bad. Like it wasn't even a good deep fake. It was so bad looking, but it was also just.
so
but I
good.
feel like that just added to the moment of it.
I think it was
That
done
added to it.
purposely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because the character wasn't finished.
Yeah.
So they didn't have time to
It was
completely
purposefully
with his
bad.
to clean out the
look
lines.
and-
Yeah.
make it look better. It
And
was
I was
so
like,
rushed.
oh, that's I can.
the funniest part about it is he's got no shirt on, but he's got the blue shirt
Tattooed
tattoo.
That was amazing.
He's blue shirt guy.
Right here, right here.
That was so good. It was done purposely like that, and
Yeah.
I so appreciate
That character, as stupid as that character is, was extremely well written.
That character?
like, the
Yeah.
character, his
Embodies
dialogue.
janky.
You know what I mean? Like the sharpness of his lines and the things you just like the subtlety, like you said, when he's just like he has the 3 lists,
Catchphrase.
TBD, you know, third line, insert third line.
Kicking
here.
ass, TBD, insert third line here.
Right? Like it's just kind of like quick. Rapid, like quick fire on those things. You have to be really paying attention to hear everything he's saying.
Yeah.
So you got to watch it a couple of times to catch all that shit that he says in there.
Yeah.
'Cause he does a lot. Like he talks a lot for a a doofus character, just the no neck guy, which is really in the fight. I like the fight. I like their fight.
The fight was good, although it was a little anticlimactic, right? Because like both of them are characters that can't really die.
Yes.
So like, what are you trying?
He puts the
where are we
glasses
going?
on him, and he just wanders away because he's simpleton.
Yeah.
Right? Because he doesn't have
Yeah.
full program. So he's just over there touching the
He's like, oh.
freebies.
Yeah, he's like, whoa,
Bright,
look
bright
at all
sounds and
this.
noises. What's that?
Yeah.
He's touching all the rewards. He's grabbing all the rewards, and then just flitters off. I think that was like,
Yeah, that
'cause
was
you
a
can't.
good-
You're right. They can't.
yeah.
Neither one of them can be fully killed. So you
Yeah.
have to get rid of them
It's
somehow.
kind of goofy.
Yeah, that was.
Although
fun.
here's so technical issue when they're running on the bridge, and the bridge is literally collapsing
Behind them.
like right behind them.
Yep.
And then it collapses in the middle between
middle.
them. And then they had like 2.5 minutes to chat and
sit
have
there
this
talking, it just
emotional.
stops
I was like,
collapsing.
why did it stop collapsing?
Yeah.
It would have just kept going, right?
Yeah, they would have totally been swallowed up.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
keep running.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
The amount of
So I'm
times I
glad
was like,
you
don't
said that was
a
stop.
miss.
Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping?
That's a miss, I think.
I'm glad you said, because I said the same exact thing. Watch, I'm going, this is stupid. Wait, what? It was literally right behind him, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
they're having the big conversation between the two.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is stupid.
They should have done that while they were running, right? They could have
Yes.
had that. This is the greatest time of my life, and then he whatever, and then he goes out and he's gone, right? You could have done that instead of like, okay, now it just kind of slows down and stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again,
Definitely.
are we being too picky?
I am. I say no, and the reason I say no is because they set the rules. They
Yes.
set the rules as to how quick the bridge is breaking.
And that's always
And
my
and so
Yeah.
we're just working within the rules that they just
Nolan
set.
verse.
And they change the rules mid-stride.
Right.
And that's my criticism.
Me asking that was playing basically devil's advocate.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you got to play that out there,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You know, so.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
mean,
Right.
full,
both sides.
listen.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Bruno. I feel that if you do a movie or anything like that, or if you set these rules and parameters, you need to follow the rules
abide.
that you created.
That's right.
Once you break your own rules, me as the viewer, I'm going, this is bullshit. Like
Yeah.
you've had me believe it.
Yeah, it treats the viewers like we're
Like
stupid.
we're idiots, right?
Yeah,
We've
exactly.
talked about this.
Yeah.
It's,
We've done that. We've talked about other movies that have done that, Nolan verse, and it just happens. Like it just. I set rules, I break them because it's just convenient, and I don't have another way to write my way out of this. So
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't
bad
remember the
writing.
rule I said before, at the beginning.
Bad writing.
in the other two movies.
Yeah, and the other two movies, or even the beginning of this movie.
So bigger question. Does this movie hold up? Could you make this movie today?
Wait.
I love the pause.
I'm gonna
You're
say
like,
yes.
What
I'm
are you
gonna go with
talking about?
I'm
it
gonna
was
say yes.
made today.
No, a lot
Yes.
changed between now and then, you know? It's just
When will then be now?
Society has changed.
It was a good movie. It was a good take on like I was saying at the beginning. Like for me, it felt like it was like the story Mannequin. You
Yeah.
know,
It's got a lot of parallels. It's
yeah.
got like a Truman Show.
yes.
Little Matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
And definitely some Groundhog Day, right? He keeps doing the same day over
Yep.
and over again.
Yeah.
Keep going by. Like, so there's a lot of like sort of references and things
Yeah.
pulled into this movie, pulled from other
Which
concepts,
you know what?
which is
Like I
fine,
was
done in a
almost
different take.
kind of upset about that for like the first like 10 to 15 minutes, I was like, this is like in my own head. I'm watching, I was like, this is stupid. This is bullshit. They're just ripping off. By the end of the movie, I was like, this wasn't bad actually.
Yeah,
like I was okay with it.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you because I think there's so many movies that honestly, how many concepts are there? How many times have we redone? We just talked about Galaxy Quest, and it's just it's a remake of Three Amigos in space. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is. At this point, it's like they say with music, like it's all been done.
Yeah.
You're not really creating anything original. It's so much has been done.
It's a different take on an old theme.
It's almost like every version of a sentence has been said at some point. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's every concept has been done. We're just redoing them in a different take, in a different way. Is it good enough of a remake, a retake on this concept, right? On every trope that's already been created? Like, how do you, after so many movies that millions of movies have been made, how do you create a new concept?
Like super new, like oh my god, that's
never been
groundbreaking.
done concept, right?
Like a brand new concept, like I don't know, dinosaurs,
right?
That somehow, you know what I mean?
How could we
break
make a
out of
movie
captivity or something,
about dinosaurs and creating.
But I mean, even
dinosaurs.
like,
what if we did? Yeah, and they come to life today.
Today they do that.
Yeah, and then they get free from whatever cage you put them in, right?
And now they're all over the world.
And
then you could
wreaking havoc all
explore
over the
what
world.
happens.
Oh my
what
god.
happened
Whoa.
if they got dropped into society with people?
Today.
And they're at a
What
drive-in
could
movie
possibly
theater.
go wrong?
Well, now you can't do
The
that.
solution.
You can't do
The
that. They're already
solution.
out there. They're already out there. Now what are you gonna do?
Now we have to nuke the whole planet?
Right.
No, we can't do that.
I mean, you do what you got to do. That's a great
Do
filter.
what you gotta do. That's right.
It's a great filter.
It's
There
the
it
cost,
is.
it's the cost of doing it.
This is how the great
And
filter
thus-
comes to
This is it.
fruition.
Because we're trying to destroy
Oh
the
my
dinosaurs.
God.
Dinosaurs.
It's the oh my god! It comes full circle.
Cost of doing business, baby. It's the cost of doing business. That's it. It's the cost of doing business, baby. That's what you gotta do.
Nuke
Awesome.
thyself.
All right, so let's go around. Let's give our final takes on Free Guy with our rating, our mic rating. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
Mila!
It's a fun movie. I liked it. Good bits.
Thanks, Quinn. I mean, Mila. Sorry.
I All right. It was. I just thought it was fun. Like we said at the beginning, popcorn movie. That phrase we've used I think about 35 times
At least
in this podcast. I'll say it again. Good popcorn movie. A lot of fun action, some fun one-liners. Cool. It's a fun concept. But I give it a 3, a 3.5. No, a 3.
Pick a road.
I've picked one.
There it is, 3.
Hey.
I like it. It was fun. I'm gonna give it a hard 3.5.
All right.
A hard 3.5.
A hard 3.5. It's not dropping below a 3.5.
Oh.
Certain things, maybe you might be able to convince me to jump up to maybe a 4, but
Okay.
it's a hard 3.5 for me.
I laughed. I cried. It was better than Cats.
That's right. It's a feel-good hit of the summer.
I'm going to watch it again and again.
Yes.
I thought it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed all the cameos. It was entertaining. Technologically it was crap. but it was fun.
Yeah, the actual real world technology in it. Yeah, it would
I'm
not
gonna
work
go.
out.
I'm gonna go to 3.5.
Gotcha. All right. I'm probably gonna give it the 3.5 as well. I wanted it to be a 4. It could have been. There's a couple parts that could have been better, like the technology. Some of the parts that I bumped up against. However, like you said, I actually will rewatch this movie. I don't know if tomorrow I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put this on. But this would be a movie like Pixels, where if it's on, I'll watch it. Fuck it, it's on whatever part. It's on my YouTube TV.
That's reasonable.
Yes, I'm the only one with YouTube TV. If it's on, I'm like, shit, I'm wild. There's nothing else to watch. There's no All in the Family. There's no, my son's asleep, so I don't have to watch Encanto again. Fuck it, I'll watch Free Guy. Why not? It's on. I'll throw it on. That's fine.
Yeah,
I like
that was gonna be my next question.
I won't turn it off.
Right. I mean, that was gonna be my next question. Is it rewatchable?
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's fun enough. It's funny enough.
I could, yeah. Someone could
no
give
Galaxy
me
Quest,
rewatch
but it's
it.
funny
But
enough.
I don't think I'd watch it. I don't think I'd rewatch it on my own. But
Sorry,
if someone
Marie.
was like, "Oh, I've never seen it," I'll be like, "Oh, you should see it. We'll see it together."
Yeah.
I'd rewatch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances, yeah, sure, I'd rewatch it.
I did that last night. My wife was like, I haven't seen it yet, so I was like, let's watch it again.
Let's watch it again.
See, that's exact
I
situation.
will do that.
I did the same thing the other night with Amy because she had never seen it. And like, all right, well, I have to watch it for the show anyway, so let's
So
just
we'll
watch
watch
it.
it.
All right,
I mean, like
watch
you
it.
said, if
And
I'm
she
flipping
did enjoy
channels,
it. She did enjoy it.
If I'm flipping channels
good
and it comes
movie.
on, I'll leave it on.
It's a good movie. It's not a bad
sure.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It
fun.
does it. For me, it does its job.
Yes.
I don't ask for much when I go watch a movie. Entertain me. Does it entertain me? Absolutely.
Entertained.
There you go. That's all I could ever ask for.
Are you not entertained?
That's right. Are you not entertained?
That was a great movie.
That was
we'll
a
have
great
to do that movie
I like that
eventually.
movie.
Yes,
oh,
we
yeah.
do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
We
do.
definitely have to do that one.
But when you do movies like that, though, what can you say that hasn't been said?
It's a good movie.
I'm sure we'll come up with. Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, that has not been said.
Wait. Something that's
good
never been
popcorn
said? oh, yeah,
No, wait,
there
we
you
said
go.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, well, it's rewatchable.
I laughed. I cried.
It's a feel-good hit of the summer.
Better than Cats.
There you go. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mila.
Catchphrase.
Thank you.
Catchphrase.
I gotta come up with one.
One, two, three. Get back to work.
Get back to work.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We are entertainmentrants.com. Find us online and engage with us at our website and drop us a line and engage at Entertainment Rants, or find us on our social media at Entertainment Rants and Entertain Rants on Twitter. All right. What's our hashtag, everybody?
Let's rant.
Rant.
You guys are awesome.